The 1950s and 60s were a time of music, civil rights movement, higher living standards, new fashion, and unexpected peacefulness. There was no longer any worries of depression or war. Society was an overall happy place in these decades. Though everyone was happy in America, the teenage generation was definitely having the most fun, rebelling against the conservative ways of the 40s. Teenagers had it all: rock and roll, entertainment and movies, new fashion and styles, and a good place to live.
Rock and roll had a big influence on teenagers' everyday life. Artists such as Elvis Presley were famous for their provocative music and dance moves. Elvis Presley was a man named King of Rock and Roll for his iconic music style of the 20th century, the start of rock and roll. Rock and roll helped people take their minds off the everyday stresses. It was a style of music that let teens set free and have fun. Adults of this age did not approve of this provocative music style and thought it was inappropriate. The best outcome of rock and roll was that it made a common ground between African American and white teenagers in America.
More important than fashion and music in the 1950s and 60s was the civil rights movement. Segregation was a part of everyday life in America. The civil rights movement was mainly supported by African Americans and college students who were the majority of the youth in America. Because America was at such a great economic state in the 50s and 60s, parents could now support their children without the helpful incomes of child labor. Now teens could experience more freedom and have more privileges than ever before.